So I've got this 3D printer. What is it? Geeetech A30M. It's a dual color extruder, which never worked really well at all. And as you can see, this is completely jammed up. Disassembled it with the idea of fixing it, but this idea came to me. So I already have two other printers, which are printing away in the background over there, but I have this 5.5 watt laser, and I had an idea of mounting this on here and turning this printer into a laser cutter instead, or probably a laser engraver most likely, because with 5.5 watts you're only going to cut I think 4mm plywood, and even then it's going to take several passes. Right, so working away, you know, I took off the plate and put that aside and just continued on, and then I put the machine on the side to take out all the wiring for the heated bed. Take that out, put it aside, maybe use that in some other project. But I went away to get a tool, and I come back and I see this printer sitting on the side, and I'm thinking, that Z-axis is huge. I think it's about 450mm, maybe longer, maybe 550. I'll measure it later. And I was thinking, if I wanted to laser cut something, having that much wider travel of the Z-axis, and maybe turn that into my X or Y axis, and build a bracket and mount this laser pointing, get the camera, pointing, you know, this way somehow, maybe cut a hole in that plate or something and mount that in as close to center as I can, and do that. So, as I was saying, so I've taken the whole Z and X axis off the base. So there's the Y axis there, and like with a laser cutter, you don't really need, I measured it, I don't need 550mm of Z-axis to bring the laser up and down. That's just stupid. If anything, I'd probably just do a mechanical laser height adjustment with some sort of thumb screw or something to get it to the focused height and cut. Anyway, so I've taken the that's how it used to sit. Taken it off, and I was thinking, if I had it laying down that way, and hang on, I'm just going to try and set the camera up on a tripod. Give me a sec. There we go. We're on a tripod now. Yeah, so if have it sitting this way and just have this sitting up on some feet like that, and I have the laser mounted in the middle here with the ability to raise and lower that, probably only about 10-15mm. I'm not sure how much that will actually need. This, yeah, have that there. And then my idea is, and have all the control circuitry and all that sort of stuff mounted via some leads off to the side somewhere. But the idea is, just say I've got a board here that I want to engrave, but you know, like I only want to do something this big. in the middle of a larger board that wouldn't normally fit inside on a standard XY axis like it was before. The idea is I could just bring this in, have it sit on its stands above the piece of work wherever I want to orientate it, and set it to cut. Yeah, so that's my plan. And yeah, okay. So what I'll do, it's probably going to take me a while because I'm not sure that the Geeetech board that's currently in the back of here is going to be reusable. I don't know if I can actually reuse it. It's a 24 volt power supply. That's, how many amps is that? 14.6 amps. So that's a reasonable amount. That was the control circuit for the 240 volt heated bed, mains heated bed. And there's, what have we got? A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it was a 7 port board, so maybe I can use that. It'd be good if I could, and try and use as much as I can out of here to make a laser cutter engraver out of something that was kind of really useless. I bought it on Facebook Marketplace probably about a year ago. I used it a couple of times. It used to constantly jam up. The nozzle would get clogged up if I was only using one filament. The other one would just, yeah, it was horrible. And yeah, I could only print so slow without terrible layer shift. Printing something that was only a centimetre high, I would end up with a parallelogram rather than a square. Yeah, anyway, okay, I'll keep you posted.